Hello everyone, Joe from Central Jersey Conrail and N-Scale. Welcome to day 5 of our operations blowout. So we have 2 more days left of the session. After this, today we're going to be running the SA-35. It's going to be a little short one because we're going to be taking the SA-35 down to the staging and then running it back out. So let's go over our work for today and find out what cars we got to take care of. Okay, so we're going to be taking 4 cars down to track 1 of the staging yard, and we're going to be taking a box car and 3 covered hoppers. They're actually destined for 3M in Collingswood and 84 Lumber on Route 34. We're going to be picking up 4 cars, 1 tank car, 1 box car from Earl, 1 box car from 84 Lumber, and 1 covered hopper from 3M. So the crew's all set. They got the train aired up, ready to go. They did their brake test, and we're going to get our Form D, and then we'll head on out. Okay, so there's our train. The locomotive we have today is B23-7, number 2808. So we're going to get our Form D. Form D C-107-2, C&E number 2808, the SA-35, circle line 2, operate in south direction on single track between Browns and Toth. Dispatcher is JD. Time effective is 13:01 hours. Alright, so we got a valid Form D. We're going to head out and go down to Toth. Alright, so the crew's arrived at Toth. They're going to open the turnout onto the Southern Secondary. We're going to call dispatch and we're going to get our Form D C-108-2, C&E number 2808, crew of the SA-35, circle line 2, operate in both directions on single track between Toth and Bank. Dispatcher is JD. Time effective on the fast clock is 13:40 hours. So, crew's going to go ahead and pull in onto the Southern Secondary. Alright. Brakeman's going to line and lock the turnout for the main. The conductor's going to call dispatch and get cancellation of Form D C-107. Time effective on the cancellation is 13:45 hours. Dispatcher is Desmond. So now we're on the Southern Secondary and we own it. Alright. And the crew's going to head on down to do their work. Alright, so our crews are right back from Red Bank. They got their 4 cars in tow, and they're just going to hang out here at Toth while they wait for clearance to head back to Brown's Yard. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do before we let the crew go on break is we're going to change out our car cards and waybills. So I'm going to take the ones out of the bill box for the Southern Secondary. I'm going to put these ones back in. We'll band them all together, and we're ready for our return trip. Also, I'm going to go ahead and update our switch list, make sure we completed all our work. And we did all 4 setouts, and then we did all 4 pickups. Okay, so like I said, they're going to take a break, and we'll be back. Okay, so the SA-31 just got done with their work, and the dispatcher made them sit down in Lakewood to clear the main line for us, and he's going to cancel our Form D and give us a new Form D to go back to Browns. So, our new Form D is C-111 to C&E number 2808, crew the SA-35, operate in a north direction on single track between Toth and Browns. Just dispatcher is JD, and time effective is 17:15 hours. We're also going to take a cancellation on Form D C-108, time is 17:20 hours. Dispatcher is Desmond. So we're all set. Our crew's going to get off and we're going to line the turnout, and we're going to head on out back to Browns. Okay, so the crew of the SA-31 is going to be kind enough to operate the turnout for us, so we can just pull out and keep going. Alright, crew SA-35 is going to call Brown's Yard Master, tell them they're inbound, and ask if they're clear to come into the yard. The Yard Master said they're clear coming in on track 3. Alright, so the SA-35 is going to cancel their Form D. They're called dispatch. Cancellation on Form D is 1,800 hours. Dispatcher is Desmond. So the yardmasters instructed the crew to cut their power off and take it to the house. So first what we have to do is we're going to set a handbrake. Uncouple. And we're going to take our power to the house. Okay, everyone, so that's put the wrap on day 5, the SA-35. You know, it went really well. We left Browns Yard at 1340 hours, and we got back to Browns Yard at 1800. You know, overall, I think it was a rather quick train, so it wasn't much to do, so I apologize for the shortness of this video. Yeah, I didn't record what happened in the staging yard because it just is, it's all covered over now with that screen, and it doesn't make for a good video. So, but overall, the operations down there is working out pretty good. I still got a little more fine-tuning with a one set of points to give me a little trouble, but that was all right. And I think the couplers on that locomotive got to be changed out because they're not uncoupling totally. So, and I just noticed they're Atlas brand, so they're not going to do pretty well. That locomotive's driving me bananas. That Digitrax decoder, it just kept cutting out on certain spots, and you know, that's why you're going to see a little fades, a lot of fades there towards the end. Just wasn't doing that well, and you know what, my ESU decoders are not giving me that problem, so it's not my track work. The track's clean. ESU locomotives are doing really well. I think it's just that board, and I've talked about it enough in the past, and I'm not going to beat a dead horse. The other thing is I threw in here, I threw it a little curveball. You know, the SA-31 finished up their work, and they had to do their brake test and get all their paperwork in order. So the dispatcher used the opportunity to make a hole and slide us through to get us back to the yard. So we're actually the first train back in the yard. But you know, overall, I think that was a good little move. You know, just having as a dispatcher thinking on your feet, hey, I got a little hole, let me just throw these guys through. And this way it doesn't slow up the SA-31 any, because they're sitting there for 20 minutes doing a brake test anyway. So I think that was pretty cool and worked out. And I wanted to show you how to cancel form Ds, issue new ones, and you know, kind of move jockey around with track authority. So I think it's going to come out pretty good on video. So that's going to put a wrap on the day 5 SA-35. And tomorrow is the SA-31 operating all the way down to Freehold. We'll do that video tomorrow so you can see how that worked out. Otherwise, I think the session's coming out really good so far. So leave me your likes, leave me your dislikes, leave me your comments. Tell me what you think, how everything went. The other thing is also answer the question, you know, how do you want me to handle all these comments? Because I usually like doing them at the beginning of each video, because we're filming all this and then releasing it after. We can't really do that. Do you guys want a whole video full of questions or not? So that's the big question out there for everyone. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.